There have been some strange sightings in London this week, linked to the fact that the capital's been hosting a symposium for people with superpowers. Not literally, but people who think they have a superpower role in fighting crime, keeping communities safe. They see themselves rather like special constables, but not in such mundane uniforms. In fact, they also describe themselves as costumed activists. And Phoenix Jones and his wife, Purple Rain, two leading Seattle superheroes, came over to London to offer their advice on keeping the streets clean rather than mean.
Phoenix Jones.
Phoenix Jones' secret identity, Ben Fodor, and Purple Rain, real identity unknown, well, unknown to us anyway, are roaming the city. So, to test out their geek credentials, we took them comic shopping at superhero mecca, Forbidden Planet.
You have Batgirl Volume 12?
They headed straight for two of Gotham City's finest, their role models, DC Comics' Nightwing and Batgirl. But unlike most comic fans, Phoenix Jones is a triple black belt and semi-professional mixed martial arts fighter. So he and his partner are living the dream. Wearing body armour on nightly patrols, breaking up drunken punch-ups, occasionally getting stabbed, allegedly pepper-spraying protesters, something he denies, it sounds like an average day in the Seattle police force rather than a costumed vigilante. Yet the city attorney has called him deeply misguided, and he's once been arrested for assault. So why does Phoenix Jones do it? And here's the man himself with Purple Rain at his side to tell us, why are you on the streets?
You know, I think it's time for citizens to really stand up and defend themselves and defend basically what we believe in. It's always a good time to look out for your brothers and look out for your fellow citizens, and that's what we represent. But
Purple Rain, tell me, give an example of what you would do, how you intervene.
Well, for the most part, when we're out, we're wearing cameras, so we are able to collect video evidence when crimes are taking place. We go in, we de-escalate the situation. We help the victims if necessary, if they need first aid. We call 911, or in this case over here, we call 999 and get the police.
So you've been actually doing some superhero work on the streets here?
We have patrolled, but we haven't run across crime yet.
Aha, because the streets of London just are not giving you what you want at the moment. But why not just call the police?
Well, we do call the police. I think that it's important to note that we don't want to take the role of the police. The police have the job, it's very important. But when the police show up, it's cool to have video evidence.
But do they like you?
The police in Seattle like us now. They didn't like us when we started, but they like us now.
So what's changed? I mean, how do you operate with the police?
You know, what it is we operate before they get there. So when they show up, I give them a video, I write a police report, and I show up to court and I testify if I have to.
Now, you're not wearing your mask in here tonight, because I mean, we're kind of law-abiding people and you don't have to. But aren't you quite threatening when you're out with that on? Not
really, no. The thing about it is that people in Seattle know what this is. They've come to understand and respect what we do, and they're not really startled or offended by it.
But, I mean, you're really channeling something else, aren't you? I mean, superheroes are your vigilante. It's more, isn't it?
No.
Really, yeah, it's about Nightwing and Batgirl, isn't it? I mean, that's what it is. It's more about that than anything else, is it not?
No. So basically, a vigilante is somebody who exacts their own form of justice. Someone punches someone, so you come out and you punch them. What we do is very different. You hurt someone, so we stop you and hold you accountable to the laws the citizens voted for. I've never actually hurt anyone on patrol. I myself have been hurt, but I've never hurt anybody else on patrol. And
so you've been in this symposium in London. I mean, you clearly are trying to get something going here. Or are there superheroes that are perhaps hiding in the twilight area of London that we don't know about yet?
There's actually a couple guys in London that we've been hanging out with and teaching them some cool stuff. So there's a lot of guys in London, actually.
But when it comes to what you're doing on the streets, and you say that you have this amazing stuff on, so are you reasonably protected? You've been stabbed. Are you reasonably protected when you're out there?
Yes. On the streets of Seattle, I have Kevlar and a bulletproof vest. Here, we didn't bring that. It's not necessary. We also have stab-resistant plates.
But do people take you seriously? I mean, people obviously know you now in Seattle, so do people run for the hills when they see you?
Usually when we're out there, people want to shake our hands, they give us high fives, they're very happy to see us. You know, sometimes people may laugh, like, if they're having a fight and they see us and they laugh at us instead of fighting each other, then we're doing our job.
And this is in the end, is this about responding to things that have happened to you in the past? Is this your way of dealing with these things?
Well, I think instead of some people have like coping mechanisms and other people decide to be a leader or be a champion for something. We decided instead of having this be a bad thing that's happened to us, we've decided to stand for something. When we go out there, we tell citizens it's time for you guys to stand up and defend each other and believe in something.
Well, it's 10 past 11. You better get going. Thank you very much indeed. Just time for tomorrow morning's front pages.
Police, at all times, should maintain a relationship with the public that gives reality to the historic tradition that the police are the public and the public are the police being only members of the public who are paid to give full-time attention to duties, which are incumbent upon every citizen in the interests of community welfare and existence.